But of course, that's completely different than the NFL. The players in the Canadian Football League are rejects of the NFL, and they have to go play in Canada
to try to build their value. Remember,
right.
It was his idea to let Devin Hester leave so he could have Chris Williams, who did absolutely nothing.
So, first of all, it doesn't make any sense for them to hire him over two NFL people anyway.
Especially when Bruce Arians had already success as a head coach, and
right.
John Fox even said that Mike McCoy is going to be a great head coach, and he's done a nice job with the Chargers. They made the playoffs his first season. They just missed his second year, and then this year they just couldn't stay healthy.
And I believe Bruce Arians was an assistant or a coordinator for the Steelers back when they won a Super Bowl.
I think he was the offensive coordinator.
He
was the quarterback's coach of the Colts when they named him. Actually, I think he was the quarterback's coach who was then promoted to offensive coordinator. And then when Chuck Pagano got sick, that was when he was promoted to interim head coach.
Yes, yeah.
And and then also another thing with the Mark Trestman hire, pretty much he turned a team that was pretty much Super Bowl contenders. I mean, they were Super Bowl contenders into a team that's in a full-out rebuild.
Right. And, I mean, we're still feeling the effects of it.
We're still feeling the effects of it.
And we will next year, too.
You're still thinking, what if the Bears had Bruce Arians, or Mike McCoy, they wouldn't have had to go in this full-on rebuild.
Right.
Jay Cutler probably would have improved the last couple of years. They would still have some talent.
Instead of regressing, he would have continued, and he could have had an even better year this year. He already had a good year. But
right,
yeah.
And Marshall would probably still be here because they would have been winning and not losing.
True.
So they wouldn't have had his locker room issues. So those are our top 5 lists for worst Chicago front office moves over the past 10 years. If you disagree with our list or you have something in mind.
I'm sure there's a lot that we missed.
Yeah, keep in mind there are a lot of moves that didn't make this list. If there's a move that you thought should have made it, feel free to give us a call at 630-403-5200. That is 630-403-5200. We're going to be right back to talk about what's wrong with the Bulls. You're listening to the Sports Renegades on SportsTownChicago.com.
The Sports Renegades podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.